Peace, family. So the court ordered Rudy Giuliani to pay Ruby Freeman and her daughter Shay Moss $148 million. Now, keep in mind, it was a few years ago that these two same women claimed that Donald Trump was selling them out. He mentioned their names over 30 times during a rally. And at the time, I was not aware of the ignorance or dangers associated with Donald Trump and his followers. She said that they lived in horror. And I was saying, just by mentioning your name. But since then, we've seen the death toll pile up over the years. We've seen the attack on the Capitol building, the killing of the Capitol Police. We've seen the attack on Nancy Pelosi's husband in their own home. Even here in Michigan, a father killed his family, following behind these Trump lies. And Rudy Giuliani picked up right behind that and is now ordered to pay $148 million. Well, if Rudy Giuliani got to pay that, then how much is Donald Trump going to have to pay? Because he's the one that's perpetuating this. And Rudy Giuliani was mayor of New York. His reputation was he was known as America's mayor. Everybody loved Rudy Giuliani. And to see him fall to the place that he's at right now, can't even afford to pay for his own defense, all for political expediency. But I look at it like this. Let's say Ruby Freeman and her daughter Shay Moss did exactly what Rudy Giuliani claimed. They participated in helping Donald Trump lose the 2020 election. Even if they did exactly what Rudy Giuliani claimed they did, why are you taking this so personal? To the point that you said that you wanted to see these two women hanged. They needed to be lynched from the top of the Capitol building. You said they was in the voting polls passing around vials of cocaine or heroin, all to stir up your base, to put these women's lives in danger, a danger that you knew you were fully aware of. You also said that when they lynch you, you want to be so close that you want to hear their neck snap. These are two women, and you want to sit that close? Rudy Giuliani, you were a public servant, a mayor, and this is how you talk about the people? You see, 400 years ago, the world was a brutal place. It was rough when you compare it to now. But the characteristics that you needed to survive back then does not translate to today. Let me explain. Let's say you had a child that was physically gifted, bigger and stronger than other children of his peers. And as they started to learn to play football, Pee Wee League, PAL, high school, college, because of their physical dominance, they passed on opportunities to learn the techniques, the strategies, the leverage necessary to do their position, as opposed to learning how to throw a football so that the receiver can run and catch the ball. He's just throwing the ball straight to him so the receiver can turn around and catch. Yeah, this is going to get you by. It's going to get you noticed in the beginning. But as you translate or transcend from one stage to the next, your physical attributes is going to become less and less important. And all the skill and technique and discipline that the other players are learning along the way is going to start to outshine you. Then when it comes time to being drafted, and these players who have forsaken learning the technique, the proper skills, the discipline to play the position, you wonder why they become busts. You wonder why they sit on the bench. You wonder why they're being traded from one team to the next when they was dominant. Yeah, you can even get awarded in college and high school football just based off of pure athleticism. But see, when you go to the pros, where everybody on the opposing team is Heisman Trophy candidates, runner-ups, and all that, that's when you're going to be exposed. You see, white people were the most brutally gifted people of them all. They embraced their brutality. While other societies, they started to develop the skills necessary to create a way of life, a language, a culture, a heritage, a belief, to perpetuate their race. Whites, they forsaken all that. Everything they accomplished, they took from somebody else. And as you go from one era to the next, and today, no other country on the planet will have these people represent them in political or public office. Because, see, they lack the discipline. Why wouldn't you? These are the most brutal people. He's the most physically gifted. Why wouldn't you select them? It's because when the pressure comes and they're going to revert back to what they know best. They're going to forget the technique. They're going to forget the skills, the discipline. They're going to be getting you technical fouls, penalties, costing you games because they lack the discipline. This is Rudy Giuliani. This is Donald Trump. When they get pinned in the corner, they revert right back to their brutal ancestry. This is how he justifies saying these things. It's one thing being a civilized man, acting like a savage from time to time you're going to have to do. But it's something totally different when you have a savage trying to act like a civilized man. They're going to be exposed. And this is what we're seeing over and over again when it comes to Donald Trump and his MAGA party. Rudy Giuliani, you and Donald Trump have put these women's lives, they can't even go back to their own homes. The mother was saying that she's afraid to even reveal her name to certain people. She don't know who she's talking to. She can't go home. She miss her neighbors. And you were ordered to pay $148 million. Well, you're lucky, Rudy. You lucky. Because if I had anything to do with this verdict, you'd have been charged $500 billion for what you've purposely and willfully done. And Trump, you're going to be charged twice as that. So Rudy Giuliani, I want you to get ready. This is your big payback. Like James Brown said. Now you going on now with your bad self.